Hello, this is going to be another coffee chat, unedited yapping video. I thought it'd be really fun to just kind of talk about like what I'm working on right now and what I recently have been really thankful for and what I'm trying to really improve in this season of my art business and this season of my art career. So I just did a live illustration event yesterday at Nya Cafe's little tet. It was so fun. It was just like a few of us vendors, and a lot of us either knew each other already or were kind of integrated in the same community. This is my fourth time doing live illustration, and I honestly just had so much fun. It's such a personal experience where like I'm able to learn each customer's like unique journey, ask them a little bit more about like their creative endeavors, and just kind of like have this like heart-to-heart connection with them. And I think for me, what was really eye-opening was the shift that happened for me when I switch my mindset and my heart from trying to like fit a branded mold that I kept seeing around me at just like online and at markets, and instead leaning into like what was more true to who I am. I used to be a barista, and I realized that like hospitality and that heart-to-heart connection is so important to me, and it's something that I, for the first time in a long time, felt like I was able to authentically let that kind of come out in each of my interactions with customers, and I feel like that was really special, and it just made the experience for them and for myself feel so nice. I really want to start integrating a new component into my live illustration, which might involve some beverage to really integrate like my origin of notebeans. If you didn't know already, notebeans originates from notebook and coffee bean. I had a dream from the very beginning to create a stationary cafe, and I didn't know where to start. And so early in my journey, I thought, okay, well, I got to start with one thing first. So I started with the art brand first before I moved on to the coffee side. So it's still a big dream I have. So excited to integrate like a small component of that. I think what's been so enjoyable for me about live illustration that differs so much from what I've been doing for a while and what felt almost like stale in a way is like my mission as an illustrator is to storytell meaningful life experiences for people, and this is done through my art commissions. This is done through the pieces that I make and the meaning that carries through to it. And I think this is just an extra layer of like giving people a great customer experience, like seeing people happy and so delighted when they see the final piece and they're like, oh my gosh, like this is so amazing. And I think that joy is like something I miss a lot. To be frank, with art commissions, I'm very thankful that I still get a lot of leads and people reaching out to like want to work with me. But at the same time, there's been more and more situations where people come to me with AI art and they expect me to kind of create something that is similar to or replicates that AI art piece, whether they mean to or not. I know for a lot of people, it's their way of like communicating their creative vision. But in a lot of ways, what this does is it creates this implicit bias for people that if the piece that I create doesn't turn out similar enough to this like pinnacle of what they think, like art should be, like when you ask ChatGPT to make you an image, a lot of people I think assume that this is like the pinnacle of what this prompt could be, when in reality, like there's a lot of missed opportunity and a gap between what we could be exploring from a design perspective, like what we could be saying like, oh, what if we tried this? What if we pushed the colors here? What if we integrated an element of like your experience in this part of your journey and integrated that here? It's just different. I think there's no bad intention when people come to me with these briefs, with AI art, but it's been happening like for every single design client I've worked with, to be honest, in the past year or so. Yeah, I think it was a little discouraging at first, but it kind of feels like live illustration feels like that new like that new layer of fulfillment for me in a way that I think was kind of slowly fading away with like my commissions. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a big reflection I've had, and it's definitely a skill I want to continue to sharpen this year, improving the quality experience for people as they're sitting in the seat in front of me, improving my actual like live illustration skill sets. So being able to capture like movement, being able to capture like simplification of caricature, like yeah, this is a totally like slightly new skill for me, and I've really enjoyed it, and getting better and better at it every event that I do for live illustration. And I would love to be able to do like weddings, you know, corporate events, like being able to offer it as something really grand and really special to capture someone's like special moment. And every event I've been booked for has always been like very meaningful, like something that's like a friend's grand opening for their storefront, you know, like the last marketplace that someone's doing for a big milestone in their life, and you know, to celebrate like, you know, Chinese New Year, and Lunar New Year. Like I think that's just really meaningful for me. Yeah, so I don't know, it feels like a way of like, I do photography and videography as well. It's my way of capturing how I see the world once. Art is the way I capture it twice, and I think live illustration is another version of that, to really capture like the happiness of this moment at an event that's really meaningful. So yeah, that's kind of how live illustration's been going, and that's how my yesterday went. I got back at like 2 a.m. You know, myself and the other vendors were like hanging out really, really late. It was so much fun. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying right here. They're wrapped right now because I'm outside, but I hope you can see this. There's 2 lovely egg tarts from patisserie for Lunar New Year. It's so cute. I'll have to do like a close-up shot of these, but yeah, I don't know what to talk about. This is like an unedited yap, so I'm thinking of it as like a streams of consciousness journal where there's no prompt and I'm just kind of like catching up with a friend is how it feels. Yeah, I feel like I have felt pretty burnt out, to be honest, like this past few weeks. Really stretching myself thin between like my growing art business and my full-time job and my freelancing, and it's a lot to balance. My friend described it as like the feeling of running around with porcelain plates and hoping it doesn't drop. I think I really push myself to be like a high performer, and I think that's benefited me in a lot of ways, but it's also put this like immense pressure that I have to like healthily balance, of course. But yeah, I just feel beyond thankful to be able to be a part of, you know, the incredible creative community that exists, you know, in this lifetime, and to be able to extend like my joy to other people through my art and see it resonate time and time again in different ways for different people. It's like truly so meaningful, honestly, and I never want to take that for granted. And I've been able to sharpen my skills in a lot of ways, you know, through my other work, in such a privileged way. Like, I get paid to learn. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and I'm still building someone else's dream, but I get paid to learn, and I'm in this kind of training mindset of like, these are skills that will equip me for what I create in the future. And I'm still creating right now with notebeans, but I'm just really excited, feeling very, very thankful. And I never want to forget that, you know, I'm still a beginner in a lot of ways for a lot of different things, and I want to keep learning and hone in on a beginner's mindset as much as I can. I love learning. I have to try not to overlearn, and I have to also apply sometimes. That's like my biggest weakness. But yeah, I think I'm really excited to sharpen my skills in live illustration. I'm really excited to kind of explore some other mediums too, like 3D art as well as animation. It's been really like on my mind for a while, to be honest. But yeah, I think I also just want to keep improving like the offers that I have for people and make it easy for people to enjoy what I create and to fall in love with the characters of my brand and to just immerse themselves in the world of notebeans stationery, and every art piece is like unique story. I have a full online art gallery on my website, so you can check that out. But yeah, I think today feels a little bit better. I think I got a good night's sleep. And today I didn't really have anything in the morning, so I feel pretty well rested and my mind just feels a lot clearer. It's so important for me, regardless of how busy I am, that I try to sleep enough. I try to have a nighttime routine. I love falling asleep to like political satire and like comedy shows. It's like I can see myself just like falling asleep laughing, and I think that's a very positive thing. I feel the same as I did in my last yapping video of like, I'm willing to do what it takes, and I'm less afraid of failing and more afraid of not having given it my all. I want to leave impact. I want to leave a legacy behind. I want to be the reason that like people decide to start creating something, and I want to be that comfort in when people see my pieces, to remind them of a universal truth of humanity and the world, in a way that's hopeful and more optimistic, or sometimes it's depth, it's somber, but it's true, and it's like a reality for a lot of people. So hard to explain, but I think these are the feelings I've been having these last few days, I would say. I think I have my to-do list here, but some things I'm working on just to like share in case it's interesting at all is like, I'm gonna try to finish a Draw This in Your Style challenge today. I was a bit late on this, but I'm gonna try to do that today. I have a personal role model of mine that I'll be hopefully getting to meet next week. She's really like huge inspiration, and I hope I can make a piece for her and gift it to her. So I'm gonna be working on that. And then I have a lot of videos to edit from a gallery show I did on Friday and the pop-up market that I did yesterday. So I've been really honing into like my videography side and my storytelling side from my, social media management work that I do for my other work, to just really like hone in on my strengths a little bit more and like not try to silo myself into thinking people only want to see art or people only want to see like the stuff that's like, I don't know, educational or valuable. Like I think integrating that high production side is something I really want to do as well this year. So sharing more of my travel photography, sharing more of like that side of me. Just leading into authenticity. Yeah, all the cheesy stuff, but yeah. I've been working on a lot of like licensing kind of projects lately, so I'm excited to reply to some emails there and take the next step in those projects. I have to like reorder a lot of large prints as well. I've been experimenting with like large linen prints that have been really fun. I haven't listed them yet on my website, just kind of testing them out, and they've been selling, so I'm really happy about that. I had a very funny moment at the event yesterday, at the live illustration event, where someone sat down and they were like, "Oh, you're notebeans." I was like, "Yeah, I am. Hello." And then they were like, "Yeah, we actually just visited your storefront this morning." And like they visited Don't Eat Me, and they were like, "Oh, we just DM'd you about a piece we really like not being in stock, and like we're very surprised to like see you here." I was like, "Oh wow, that's very coincidental, small world, like serendipitous moment." So yeah, I have to order that, and ordering some other pieces there too. A lot of product design I'm like catching up on. And then as I mentioned, I'm like trying to learn a lot. So I'm doing this program with my friend Art by Julia called Schoolism. It's like a lot of like online course taught by like industry professional artists. So I'm really excited to just like kind of continue that, be more consistent in that. And then I think, as I mentioned, like I really want to improve what I'm calling like my offers for my brand. Learned this from Alex Hormozy. He's like a marketer. He has a really good book called $100 Million Offers, Leads, and then Money Models. It's a trilogy, I guess you could say. It's not sequential, but it could be read sequentially. And I'm excited to just apply a lot of the principles I've learned from that into expanding like how I create value for people with my art. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Art has been really fun for me lately. It's been honestly really hard for the past year, like me transitioning to like in different careers and things like that. Like I feel like I had a major like 1 year art block. It was pretty disappointing. Like at the end of the year when I'm sharing like my art versus artist, where you put together all of your art pieces you've made, I was like, I could barely pull together 8 that I was really proud of. And that's not a great feeling, to be honest. It's hard when you're doing like art plus business. It's like you have to balance that creative side and that entrepreneurial side. So yeah, I think this year and in the last few weeks I've felt really excited to create, and I think that's like a really precious, rare feeling to have, and I wish I could feel it all the time. But you know, ebbs and flows, right? But yeah, I'm excited to draw today, and I'll be sharing some of that on my Instagram, so stay tuned there. But I would say that's pretty much my yap for the week slash month, I guess. Let me know if this is interesting. Yeah. If there's anything else you'd like to see. I don't want to preach any like weird, like I know more information about this than other people. So if there's actually a genuine angle that you're like, I would love to hear your take on this, or I would love to know how you did this, or I've been trying to do this and I don't know how, I'm happy to answer it in a video form. So yeah, thanks again for watching.